Hello, welcome to Dear Booksplosion, our monthly live show where we talk about things. This is episode number 10, and today we're going to be talking about working from home and quarantine life. Hashtag not so fun times. But anyway, I'm Jesse, 10, and today we're going to be talking about
who has their stream on.
Open.
Quarantine life. Hashtag.
I'm Christine.
Jesse had his stream open, and I'm Kat.
I had mine open, but I muted it the second it came on. I'm on top of it today.
I never do that, so I don't know how that happened. Anyway, we're Booksplosion.
We are.
We do monthly live shows for books. We're a book club. So Let's talk about our next lineup. For this month, we are reading The June Boys by Court Stevens.
The June Boys. But don't worry, we're not talking about a book right now, so you don't have to have read anything to be here. We're talking work from home, and other stuff related to what's going on right now in our lives and yours.
Does somebody want to give an elevator pitch for The June Boys?
Let's see. It's about a serial kidnapper who will kidnap a boy and keep him for 13 months from June 1st to June 30th of the previous year, and then he releases him unharmed. And he's been doing this for years. He's kidnapped I think 12 boys over the course of all these years so far. And the main character, her cousin has just become the supposed 13th victim of the Gemini thief, is the name of the serial kidnapper. And she starts to suspect an unlikely person close to her. So it's like a mystery, suspenseful thriller type, dealing with kidnapping. And I'm so intrigued by this. Jesse, you've already read this, right?
Yes, I have read it. I know what happens.
I'm very intrigued.
I started it, but I have only gotten 2 chapters in, so I don't feel qualified.
Yeah. And our live show for this is going to be on May 3rd?
Yeah.
May 3rd at 7 p.m.
Yes, and that is a Sunday, not our usual Saturday.
Correct.
So, yeah.
And then sorry, go ahead. Christine, were you going to say something?
No, I said yeah.
Oh. And then for May, we are reading We Are the Wildcats. Yay! We don't have a live show date set for this yet, but we will be announcing that once we figure it out.
Yeah.
Christine, you want to give an elevator pitch for this one?
Sure. It's probably not going to be the best one because I haven't looked at the synopsis in a month. But there is a field hockey team, and their coach is sketchy and toxic, and it takes place over a 24-hour period, and we see from 6 different points of views about whatever's going down. And I think it's a bit of a thriller in itself. And I'm excited because books that take place in 24 hours are fascinating and really fun and quick.
Yeah, so if you guys want to join us, pick up these 2 books and join us for our live shows. It's going to be a good time. But today, we're not talking about books. We're talking about working from home and quarantine. So let's kick it off and just talk about how we're doing with all of this, how we're coping. How are you guys doing? How's it been for you?
Kat, you go first.
I mean, for me, I don't do a lot outside of my apartment. I like to stay in my apartment a lot, but I do often leave my apartment almost every day, to go to Starbucks or to go to the coffee shop or something. And I haven't been doing that anymore. So I've literally only left my apartment twice in the last month. It's been interesting. It's been different. It's been stressful because everyone is stressed. It's a very stressful time for everyone. But I don't know. I've been dealing a lot by watching a lot of anime and K-dramas and just finding a lot of comfort in happy pieces of media that keep me entertained and make me smile.
Right.
Cool. I have been struggling a little bit to be productive. And with my anxiety and all that stuff. And because since we work from home already, working from home is great, but once you're leashed to the home, part of being working part of working from home is having a schedule and like getting out of the house and coming back, or else you're always at work.
Right.
And the way I rotate, like the way I break up my days is going out to Starbucks and like going to the grocery store and getting a coffee. Like I sit in my car and that's like, I take my break there, because coming back here, it's like you feel the pressure of like all the work you're supposed to be doing automatically. So it's been weird not being able to do that. And I'll take like my matcha break at like the kitchen table, but the matcha's not as good. I had this great matcha for the first like couple weeks, and then it ran out, and I went to go get more, and Amazon just doesn't have any more in stock.
Oh no!
Everyone ran and got this exact matcha. So I tried a couple different kinds, and I finally like found out how to make the second kind good, because it was like more classic matcha that's kind of bitter, but like if you put a banana in it and honey, it's delicious. And then I ran out of that one. And now I have this crappy kind and no bananas to change the taste. So I don't have any matcha right now.
Oh no.
But anyway, I've been trying to like form a new schedule, but it's just really hard when there's so much up and down with anxiety and the news and like everything that's going on. So struggle busting along, as a lot of us are. What about you, Jesse?
I mean, pretty much the same as you guys. I will say that like I'm feeling a lot better now than how I was like when it was like first being announced and stuff, when we were first going under quarantine and everything. Like that first week I was having so much anxiety, and I was just like avoiding all things that are productive. Like I could not work at all. I couldn't focus at all. My sleep schedule got so screwed up. It's still really screwed up. But I'm feeling a lot better now, just because I'm like doing things like going outside and working out a little bit and like getting some fresh air. So yeah, things are better now. And there for a while, I was like only playing Animal Crossing all day, every day. But I've gotten back on somewhat of a normal schedule now, so that's good. But.
Yeah, I think it's important for a lot of people who are like trying to work from home for the first time during this, is that this is so not normal for anyone.
Yeah.
Like, people who are used to working from home and like had their established routines, like it still throws everything out of whack. It's like the whole world is like an anxious, stressful, like unknown situation right now. So it's a very unusual situation for everyone.
Right.
Yeah. What's been helping me, the only thing that's proved like really works for me is setting, I feel like I've been repeating this because I've been vlogging my month because I'm on deadline. And the only thing that's been working with me is if I set a timer for 30 minutes and like I write for 30 minutes or do something like worky for 30 minutes, and then I have to like go do 30 minutes of like yoga, or like 30 minutes of like yoga and like just walk around, like get up.
Yeah, get moving.
And then once I stop following my 30-minute rule, I just sit down and do nothing and like curl up and watch something forever, and then get sad and be like, I don't want to do anything. I have to follow the 30-minute timer. But now I have like so much writing to do in such a short period of time. I like have been just, if I get in a groove, I'm like not getting up. And then I just like have to take the pain later when my back hurts. Well, it was worth it for the progress.
Let's see what some people are saying. A lot of people are saying that their sleep schedule is screwed up as well.
Yeah, what time are you guys going to bed?
Like 2, sometimes 3. Which it's probably not too bad for Kat.
No, yeah, I've been going to bed at 2 every night.
Oh, really?
I'm on a really weird schedule.
Really?
This is so dumb. I'll take like 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm awake for like 8 hours, and then 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm awake for 8 hours. Like I don't know. I took a nap one day, and that ruined everything. So like now every afternoon I take like a 3 or 4 hour nap, and then I sleep from like 4 in the morning until 8 or 9 a.m. when the construction work wakes me up.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't like it. This isn't my choice.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened ruined everything.
Wow. I've been going to bed at like 2 or 2:30 and then getting up at like 10, which I don't like getting up at 10. I like getting up at 9. But it's so hard. I'm finding it so hard to get up in the morning before 10 o'clock.
Yeah. This person says Animal Crossing has kept their mind off of everything. Same. So what's like one tip that you guys would give people who are like working from home for the first time through all of this?
My biggest tip, I think, is definitely like giving yourself a schedule and like scheduling in time to like move around, because you get tired and like unproductive just because you're not moving. Like there's nowhere to go. Like a lot of us are restricted to like a 1,000-foot apartment, you know, like 1,000 square feet. And it's just like where you go, you have these 3 rooms and like there's only so much movement you can do. So like, I don't know, stretch, do some yoga. Like there's a lot you can do in place. You know who's, I really like, Yoga with Adrienne. I think a lot of people like her, but she's great for just like a 20-minute. If you don't want to just do it by yourself, like have her relax.
Nice.
What about you guys?
I was gonna say like be forgiving of yourself. Like don't be so hard on yourself, especially because like you have to kind of figure out how it works for you, because it's gonna work differently for everybody else. And also like don't compare yourself to other people, because I'm sure that people are being like, oh, like things are perfect for me over here, and like you can easily compare yourself to that, and just like don't do that. Just like figure out what works best for you, and don't be so hard on yourself.
It's just like life advice.
Yeah, which is like, I know that's like such basic advice, and like I still have to think about that too all the time.
No, that's just like stuff that like is relevant all the time.
Yeah.
What about you, Kitten?
I don't know. For me, it's a lot of a balance thing, because like I also don't feel very productive under a strict routine. Like having a really strict routine makes me feel like too locked in, and I get really stressed about that. So I try to balance between having like a routine that's not too strict. Like I do things like when I first wake up in the morning, I give myself like a little bit of time to have some coffee and like check YouTube, whatever. And then within an hour of waking up, I make myself do something productive. Doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't have to be like, you know, a whole day kind of thing, but just doing something early in the morning to make me feel good about the day helps me just like keep doing it.
Yeah, I think another thing is like thinking of your days in like a block of 3, because you can't work all day. Like, because when you're just working from home for the first time, it's kind of like, oh, I'm home and like I can work forever. Like I don't need hours. Like you do need to give yourself recharge time. So like if you work the morning and all morning and all afternoon, like take the night to yourself. Like if in the morning you're not feeling like working, like take the morning off and then work afternoon and night. Like that's how I think of my days a lot of the time.
Yeah, I like to break mine up with meals, because I've been doing more cooking again, because like there's nothing else to do and I can't eat. And I found that's really helpful. Like I could just like make pasta or something and have like a really simple dinner, but spending a lot of time to like actually like make like a nice dinner has been really good for me, just for me eating better. And also like cooking the food is like a break from screens. It's a break from like being down in one position. Like being active, like actually cooking your meals has been like good for me.
What were you saying, Jesse?
I kind of forgot my train of thought. I was going to add on to something. Oh, I was going to say it's hard for me to like take like the night off. Like if I've worked in the morning and in the afternoon, I'm like, I'm just going to keep working. I'm like, why not?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
if I like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'll just take the morning off, but then I end up taking the whole day off. Like I have to like, I don't know. It's like either or for me. So. Yeah.
I can see like sometimes if you take the morning off, it's just like, it gets away from you.
Yeah, like how do I get back into the work zone? But
I have to do something productive within like an hour of waking up, or else I'm not going to do anything productive all day.
I feel that.
I can usually like get started at noon. Like lunch kind of like resets me. Okay. But okay, well, speaking of dinner and cooking and stuff, how have you guys been eating? Like, what have you been eating? Have you been cooking for yourself this whole time, or do you do takeout? Like, are you getting real creative, Kat, over there? Or are you just like doing 4 meals repeating like I am?
Pretty much the 4 meals repeating thing. I haven't gotten takeout because like I'm very paranoid, so like I don't want to interact with any human being at all. So like I've only left my apartment to go grocery shopping. But I eat pretty well for the first few days after grocery shopping when I have like my fresh food. But like right now I need to go grocery shopping, but I probably will still put it off for a couple days. But I'm just gonna be eating pasta for the next 3 days.
What about you, Jessica?
I have not been eating very good. I've been eating microwave meals and ramen. I did make pasta the other night, though. So.
Good for you.
Look at me, guys. Really improving over here. It's the first time I ever made it, too. So.
What do you mean?
I've never made pasta on my own. I know. Whoa, did you move to your standing desk?
I've been at my standing desk. I'm just standing at it now.
I just noticed. I was like, how are you turning around like that? Anyway, yeah. I made pasta for the first time. So
I've been cooking pasta since I was allowed to use the stove.
Made pasta for the first time?
I am uncultured, okay?
I remember when I was like 14 and I like was allowed to touch stuff. I was like, oh my god, I can make pasta whenever I want. It's amazing.
I mean, does macaroni and cheese count?
What else have you never cooked?
I mean, that's boiling water, so it counts.
Then I made pasta before.
I feel like the Animal Crossing.
Oh my gosh.
I have been, John and I have been cooking this whole time up until yesterday. And we were both, it was like 4:30. We had no more meat that wasn't defrosted. And we're like, I don't want to cook anything. And we ordered takeout for the first time in like 40 days. How long has it been? 43 days, 40 days. And it was glorious. I gotta say, it was like we ate and then we like threw out everything. Done. And the food wasn't the same thing. We make tacos, a chicken dish, a different chicken dish, and my pasta dish. So that's all. And turkey burgers, 5. But like it's so annoying defrosting meat. I don't like it. Have you guys defrosted any meat?
No.
No one feels my woes of meat defrosting. Like this is the first time I've ever defrosted meat because I go to the grocery store all the time normally. Like before the apocalypse here, like I go like every day. So I just go and get it and come back and make the food. And like freezing the meat, you have to like think about your meals way ahead of time. Like and like put it in the refrigerator the day before or like put it on the table in the morning. And then by the time you make it, it's still not completely defrosted. So you put it in the microwave and then parts of it start to like getting cooked. And I'm like, what is this like cooking? Like this is not good. I don't want this to cook in the microwave. Then what do you, it's just so annoying. And then like chicken, I like it to be really thin, but you can't like cut it when it's frozen.
You have to cut it before you freeze it.
Well, that's too hard. Can't you do it then?
Oh wait, when you put it in the microwave, do you not just click the defrost button?
You do, but like if you don't keep watching it, you have to like.
I never defrosted anything in the microwave.
That's how you defrost stuff when you don't defrost it before you think about it. Like if you don't think about it ahead of time, you use the microwave, and there's a defrost button.
I mean, I haven't had
people in the chat feel me. Defrosting fucking sucks.
I remember defrosting, like I haven't had meat in my apartment for like years, so that hasn't been an issue for a while. But I remember defrosting meat when I was younger. Like you just put it in the fridge like the day before you want to use it.
Yeah, exactly. If you forget to do that,
don't forget
the microwave. So anyway, today I'm having pasta. John goes to the grocery store this week, so each of us, how have you guys been going to the grocery store? We go once a week, but we like alternate. So I went now 2 weeks like I went last week, so John's going this week, so I get to go another week without going. It's like the apocalypse in there. Like I am most anxious.
Gosh, it's so creepy.
Grocery store days.
Yeah. Have you been wearing like a mask of any sort? Or?
Yeah, I wear a mask and gloves, and like
it's so weird. It's so weird. Like
everyone has to wear a mask here. Like there was
know.
one woman who didn't have one, and they made her put one like her shirt around her face, like she had a sweater on, and they literally put it around her face before she could go in.
Yeah.
But like the whole day is blown. Like my grocery store days. Like I get home and I'm like exhausted.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Have you guys had like lines at your grocery stores?
Mine has been okay, but the thing is, I've gone twice in the last month. I go like once every 2 weeks, and I like will really like stock up because I don't want to go.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how my experience of like those 2 occasions would like line up, but it wasn't super busy when I went. I went at like 9 in the morning on a weekday. It was mostly a lot of older people. The first time I went right after they did the stay-at-home orders in the middle of March. The first time I went was more stressful because like people weren't wearing masks yet. There was like, I was concerned that like all the extroverts were going to be at the grocery store because there's nowhere else to go, and they were, and I was really annoyed because like families are like walking around with all their kids, and I'm like, wow, this is not a family event right now.
Are they wearing?
No, this was like at the end of March though. Before, like this was like right when they first shut things down. But the last time I went, like it was all individual people. Almost everyone was wearing a mask. They aren't required up here, so like not everyone was. And yeah, everyone was like staying away from each other. It wasn't crowded at all. There weren't any little kids running around. And like that was like 2 weeks apart. So
like what makes me the most anxious at the store is like I'm respecting the 6-foot rule. Like I won't go. I'll wait for someone to move.
Yeah.
But like, some people just don't wait. They'll just come up and like, grass in front. I'm like, excuse me. I just waited like a minute for that person to move to get my shit. You can't wait like 10 seconds for me to grab a please.
Does your grocery store have like the arrows now too, like on the aisles? On like
no,
like you're supposed to go like this way, or you're supposed to go that way. Like
no,
you can't go.
Wow, the one-way aisles. I mean, that's a good way to stop people from like crossing.
Right.
Because that's the thing that's a problem because there's no 6 feet when you're crossing.
No.
I'll like go into that and like back.
I felt so bad because when I went to the grocery store, like this old lady sneezed, and I was like, "Okay, we're going this way." Like, I felt really bad, like thinking that, but like I just couldn't help it. Like in that moment, I'm just like, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah. Like I remember I traveled right before everything locked down, and I was to North Dakota and came back, and I was already panicked, but like nobody else was, and I was like calling my mom, being like, "Buy hand sanitizer, buy all the Clorox wipes, because nothing's happened over there yet, but no, they're all gone here." And she was like, "Relax," and then nothing. It's still out. When I go to the grocery store and I turn down the paper aisle and there is like a tissue or a paper towel or a toilet paper, I feel like I found gold. Oh my God, I did it. I made it. Like I won. Last week I found they had toilet paper, but it was like the store brand, and they had I thought they had Charmin. Like I turned in there, I was like, oh. They had changed the color of the outside of the brand of like the brand to match Charmin. And they like wrote like the Charmin stuff like ultra soft on it, and I was just like, whoa. I don't care. I'm like, I'm taking it. but like whoa. My mom got excited over lasagna sheets. Like the pasta and rice aisle was empty for like 2 rounds of me going and 2 rounds of John going, so like a whole month. Now there was rice last time John went, so we had like rice again. It was a beautiful time. The 12 Snapchat filter.
We definitely. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say we had like the toilet paper fiasco, like when it first happened or whatever. But now it's like been pretty good, and now like they have signs where you can only grab one roll per like shopper. So
That's
really nice. I wish they would have had it when it first broke out.
Yeah, my store did that too. I've been lucky though. I live in a more rural area.
Right.
So, like I live in a smaller town, so it hasn't been too crowded. One time I went, they were sold out of toilet paper, but I had gotten some before, so like I was fine there. But yeah, there's only been like a handful of cases in my entire county, so like it hasn't been too stressful up here because we do live in a more rural area, but still.
Yeah. At my store, they have the one sign. They also have like you can only take 2 of a meat. Like you can't take more than like 2 turkeys or 2 chicken things or 2 this, which is
really?
Yeah. But even with that rule on the paper goods, like we've only managed to find if you go on Thursday, we've only managed to find paper goods on Thursday. Say that like don't go and take them all. Yeah, the cleaning aisle is still empty.
Yeah,
it only has the Myers brand stuff, which is what I like, so I bought it.
I still haven't seen hand sanitizer.
Oh no, it's gone.
Yeah, it's like they're out of stock forever.
I'm giving up on that.
Yeah.
But like since we're in the house and not out and about, you just wash your hands. It's not like the hand sanitizer would be if we're like going back out.
That's true. Yeah.
But even like soap, we were starting to run out of hand soap, and I looked on Amazon and like all of them are sold out except for one brand, so I bought it.
Oh, nice.
I bought like a pack of 6.
I was surprised because I thought that soap would be sold out a lot more than like hand sanitizer, but it's been the opposite here at least. So
have you guys found masks and gloves, or have you had to make your own?
I had to make my own.
Yeah, I had to make my own as well. I used a bandana. So.
I have my Survivor buff, but John's mom, she had already had a box of like the surgical mask because she already has like immuno stuff, so she sent us like 9 of them.
Right.
So we've been like preciously using them at the grocery store. Oh man, what else, guys?
We talk about the sad stuff like cancellations.
Oh yeah.
What are you guys most sad about that's been canceled this summer?
Well, Taylor Swift got pushed next year.
I'm glad it got pushed and not canceled.
Oh,
yeah, I am too. Yeah. And also like it's better that these things are being canceled or postponed for the next year. But yeah, this year is going to be so empty without the events.
I know.
Yeah, it's so weird to think that BookCon isn't happening. That's been like a staple in our lives for so long, and like we definitely see each other and during this time of the year. And like that's when I go home to see my family. Like I haven't seen them since Christmas, and now it's like not safe for me to go home either. Like I have a cough, and it's just like that could be it, and like it's like, and it's just crazy.
What year of BookCon would this have been for us?
We started going in 2014, the first year. 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. This would be 2020.
Wow. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And Comic-Con is canceled, and like Y'all West, and like
I know.
Yeah, it's weird. Like all these weddings. Did you guys have any family weddings that were pushed, or friend weddings?
All the graduations and end of the year activities. A lot of people won't do that.
It would suck so hard to be a senior in high school right now. I'm sorry if you are. That like really sucks.
The university graduation.
Yeah. Like hopefully you can walk next year, so you get to do like the ceremony.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really nice if they could do some kind of thing to make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know I missed my graduation because I did like another study abroad, but it was like in California, and I got to walk in 2013 instead of 2012, so I went. So hopefully they do something like that so you can come back and just do your walk, because that's like a big thing. Like you just graduated college and you get to do like the closure thing.
Yeah, for sure.
They just have a huge like 2-year graduation next year. But I feel like high school is kind of bigger deal because like you have all these senior events. Not a bigger deal graduating, but bigger deal like the events and stuff that like mark the end of your high school. Like you don't go back to high school to graduate again.
It's like prom and like those of the year.
Yeah, it's like prom and like yearbooks and all that stuff. Like there's usually senior breakfast and like senior this and that, you know.
Right.
Sad.
So many
What do you guys like want to go eat when you don't have to cook for yourself anymore?
Mm.
The thing is, I don't know how this is going to change me. My initial answer was going to be Chipotle because I miss Chipotle, but then I think about that, like Chipotle, the open buffet, those are like germ factories.
Well, if you just pop it in the microwave, it should kill it.
Kat's not taking any chances. Look at that face.
No, that reaction was, you want me to microwave my guacamole? What are you, insane? That was my reaction to that. I mean, I guess, but if I'm going to microwave something, I might as well just make my own burrito bowl at home. Like,
Yeah.
Chipotle is that delicious, like that much tastier that like.
It's just a time thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's what that's about. I miss Jersey Mike's so much. And cold cuts that are fried because I'm not having people cut my cold cuts at the store because I'm afraid. And like I'm almost at the point that I want to get it again because they use gloves and it's one person and it's just like getting something cooked almost. I don't know how to get those like pre-sliced plastic things and I don't like it. It's not the same. I have to like not think about it because like it's a different consistency and I'm just like, yeah. What are you looking forward to, Desi?
I know, I can't think of anything.
I'm craving barbecue too because I don't think anything like real barbecue. I want like a barbecue meal.
Ooh. I would like some kind of really good burger from someplace. I don't know where. Burger.
Umami.
Ooh, yes.
Umami burger. And like a burger is not good takeout. Like because by the time it gets there, it's like not the same.
Right. How has traffic been in Los Angeles with everything?
I mean, probably not bad. I'm not going anywhere.
I mean,
So
you're not really going anywhere, but
I know like the week leading up to the shutdown when everyone was starting to self-isolate, John got on the highway in the morning. He called me because he was like, there's no one out here. And this is freaking me out. And I was like, oh my God, it's rush hour. What's happening?
wow. That's crazy.
People are saying barbecue and some good pizza. Oh my God, I was dreaming about pizza yesterday and I don't even eat pizza. I would just want to like go make my own pizza at like Blaze or like one of those. When we took our guinea pig to the vet, the roads were so empty. Yeah. It's weird when you go out there. Like I live off of like a pretty main street. And when I go out there, there's like people walking around and like everyone's got their masks on and like it's weird. It feels like apocalyptic, which it kind of is.
It really kind of is. Yeah.
We're not going to be the same after this. Nothing's going to be the same after this.
No.
We're all going to be like very scarred by this. Did you see it's been called like the Great Lockdown?
Really?
The Great Depression, the Great Lockdown.
Oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I read an article talking about like how like a lot of us are going to develop some degree of agoraphobia, which is like already true for me. Like,
Yeah, like, you already have that, so.
Yeah.
you know, like when I go outside, I feel like, oh my God, am I doing something wrong? Like, I don't think I should be out here.
Oh man, I had a question, I just forgot it.
How are you guys all doing in the chat in terms of cooking? What is your favorite quarantine meal?
Yes. Is there still screaming happening?
Yes, there are screaming children outside. These people
Are they not wearing masks?
They live next door to this family that takes their kids outside for at least an hour every day and blast children's music. And the one child loves to scream.
Have you guys like been able to like stay informed through all of this, or like have you been avoiding the news? Like what have you been doing with that, like that? Because I know it can be like super anxious to like.
My biggest thing to stay up to date but not be stressed is to just look at the news for my county, because those updates are really nice. It's like, oh yes, 4 people have all recovered, and I'm like, oh great, we're doing good up here. But yeah, looking at the numbers everywhere else, it's
too much.
So stressful, and it just makes me feel so helpless too, because I'm like, I can't do anything about this. I can't do anything to help. And it's a stressful time.
Yeah. It's just like when this started, I was looking at the news like every other second of the day and like looking at the numbers and watching them rise. And now I just like don't look at that at all. I'll check. This is so weird, but I downloaded an AOL app like, I don't know, months ago to check my AOL email, because I have an AOL email from like the late 90s. And I had like one of my accounts was like linked to it, and I was like, oh crap. But now that I have it, AOL like just will give me breaking news headlines, and like that's now how I get the news. Like I'll decide whether or not I want to click on that and just be like, but like I found out about so much stuff through that. I'm like, oh John, have you heard about this? I was like, no. He's always like, no, and I'm like, oh, I just got it from my AOL breaking news.
That's so
I
funny.
didn't even download any app. It's just the AOL app. It does this.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But yeah, I haven't been like going out of my way to look at the news recently.
Yeah, me either.
It's just like there's only so much you can take.
I know.
And like it's just
it's starting to get like weirdly desensitizing to just see that the numbers like go up and up and up and up.
Yeah.
It's starting to lose context of like those are people.
Exactly.
Yeah. My one of my best friends from New Jersey, she's a doctor, and she's a dermatologist, but they needed volunteers, obviously, and she lives in New York City. So she was pulled in, and it was just like so horrifying to hear it from her point of view, because obviously we're not there. And she was just like, it's horrible. And like, there are literally beds everywhere, and wherever you can put a patient, there's a patient. And I just like, there's nothing we can do. And
imagine.
Yeah, so yeah, it sucks, and it sucks.
It just sucks.
Mm-hmm. And it's like crazy that things are starting to open when like they said 1,000 times. So like we have to wait a little bit longer because we're just passing the peak.
And all of the protests that are happening, like I cannot. Like people are so stupid. I cannot handle it. It frustrates me so much.
What is a happier topic?
Let's talk about some things we've been binge watching during
Yes.
the quarantine. What have you guys been watching?
So much anime. Well, I mean, I guess not so much, but I finally watched My Hero Academia season 4 because that wrapped up. And then I rewatched one of my favorite anime of all time, Kami-sama Kiss. And then immediately after following that, I had to read the entire manga collection, the anime thing. So it was like a 25-volume manga collection. I just spent a solid 3 days doing nothing but reading. And that was really nice. You guys have been Animal Crossing it up, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
I've been definitely Animal Crossing it up.
I watched so much Survivor in the first 3 weeks of this quarantine, and it was the best. It was like my comfort watch. I had it on like all the time. If I was anxious, it was just like Survivor.
Yeah.
I'm finally tapering off a little bit because I've been I started Killing Eve, and it's so good. And I am already on season 2, episode 5, and I started 4 days ago. It's very, very good. If anyone needs a watch that's like super, if you're looking for like a show and not like a comfort, like happy show. It's not like a sad show. It's intense though. There's a lot of murder.
Oh man, I've been watching quite a bit of K-dramas. I watched Romance is a Bonus Book, which is really good.
Next on my list.
Like books. And I watched My First Love, and I'm currently watching Sky Castle right now. So.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
Yes.
Did you just tell us you were watching that? Is that why?
Yes. I think I told you before this live show. So.
Cool.
But yeah, been watching some K-drama.
Is anyone watching Survivor season 40? There's a new episode tonight. I'm so excited.
I need to get back into Survivor.
This season is insane.
I believe it.
I went back and watched. You've seen Poverty's season fan versus favorite. I think you told me to watch it like back when you were first binging, but like I just watched that for the first time and it was so good. And like I rewatched Heroes versus Villains and it made it so much better because I didn't know Poverty when I watched Heroes versus Villains.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I watched so Russell is like a huge Survivor infamous player who was like terribly villainous, but when his first season, like he was on the bottom of the totem pole the whole time and he just kept making it further. And like I developed this respect for him. And so when I watched Heroes versus Villains the season after, I was like, he has to win. But now when I watch it, I was like, he's the biggest asshole in Oh, how things have changed. Like so much of this has changed. Like I was like, wow, I was so hard on this person or like hard on this person. And they were just like people.
Right. Oh man. Have you guys been reading anything or have you found it difficult to read right now?
What about
No, I'm not really reading. I'm listening to my Harry Potter audiobook reread when I need an audiobook to listen to. But aside from that, I've been reading the subtitles on K-dramas.
Nice. I have been reading Crescent City for like 2 months because I'm writing my book, so it's hard to like really read other than like I'll listen to the book of the month when the time comes. I have only listened to 2 chapters of our book of the month so far, but I'll be getting to that this week.
Right.
But Crescent City, I love it. And I read like 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes a day.
How far into it are you? Do you know?
I am page 264 or something. And it's only 30% or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're only like a third of the way through. It's like 100 pages. It's like 1,000 pages.
Wow.
Yeah, things are starting to like come together and like I can see where we're going with the plot.
Nice.
Yeah, Jesse, what about you? Reading? Oh my God, the screaming children.
Yeah, they're very loud.
They're very loud. Should I mute myself? I'll mute myself while you talk.
Okay. I mean, when everything started happening, like when we first got put under lockdown, I was like, I cannot read anything. I can't focus on anything. But now I've like started to get back into it. I just participated in the reading rush, but it was an epic fail. I did like 2 days, and I was like, I cannot read anymore. But I'm currently reading I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu, which, Kat, I think you would like it. It's on K-dramas. It's really good. It's a really fun contemporary story. So
yeah, I have that on my shelf right there.
You should read it soon.
I need to read it. When I start reading again, I will.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice like light read to be reading right now. So
yeah, it's the kind of book that I would reach for. Like the only thing that I've kind of been in the mood to reach for is like rom-coms.
No.
Like I have the Christina Lauren books like in my TBR. I keep eyeing those because I'm like, if I want just a fun rom-com that'll keep me distracted for 6 hours, like that's it.
Yes.
But I've just been watching. I've been watching too many things. I haven't been reading anything except for all of the manga.
Right. Manga binge.
God, it was so good. Everyone watch Kami-sama Kiss and then read the manga.
I've never even heard of that.
It's because it's from several years ago. I'm all my favorite animes are like 10 years old at this point because like I liked them so long ago. But it's about have you watched Fruits Baskets? Where did Jesse go? Are you still muted?
I am now. I am not. I was talking in the chat about Survivor really quick. But whoever said they're rooting for Sophie, Anna said that they love Sophie. But I want Sophie voted out. She threatens my players.
Oh man.
Jesse.
I'm asking you, did you see Fruits Baskets? Have you watched that, or do you know of
The
it?
original.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the initial premise of Kami-sama Kiss is similar in that it's like homeless girl ends up living at a shrine with magical deities, kind of.
Okay.
But what I like about, I mean, I love Fruits Baskets, and I love the main character there because like she's so sweet and kind. But I do like the main character of Kami-sama Kiss a little bit more because she's feistier, and so like the main couple like argues a lot. And
Okay. Some nice tension.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, what's next on our little list?
Well, you have on here, do you miss the movies? Because I do.
I do miss the movies. Like, okay, every week there would be like new movies out to see, and like now there are none. There's still like the same 5 movies that they released that you could buy on Amazon.
Are the theaters even open? No.
No. What I'm saying is like, I don't know if you saw, but like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, the movie theater was like, okay, we're releasing Invisible Man, The Hunt, and like Onward and Trolls, you know, to rent for $20. But I'm just like waiting for, where's the next round of movies for that? I'm done with those. Give me more. Like, where are the new releases? I hate this.
And they're all getting pushed back.
I know. And it's just like when the movie theaters reopen, nothing's going to be available to put in them. Like,
I know you probably won't care about this, but the new Scooby-Doo movie is going to be dropped on digital.
I mean, I will watch the new Scooby-Doo.
I'm excited for that because I grew up with Scooby-Doo.
So did I. He was my favorite.
Yeah. I also saw that Artemis Fowl is going to be put on.
Oh yeah, it's going straight to Plus.
I don't
know that you care about that one. I'm just trying to help Christine.
But I saw something else. I really want to watch the new Charlie's Angels. I still haven't yet. And I've been waiting to coordinate. You haven't seen it?
No.
Yeah. I'm waiting to coordinate with Natasha because we wanted to see it at the movie theater together and we never did. But like, it's just not working out. Like, I want to see it now.
I say watch it.
But yeah, I really miss the movie theater, and that's something that's not going to be the same for a long time because they can't sanitize their seats easily. Like, you have to get like 6 people apart. I mean, not 6 feet apart, and I don't know. It's just going to be weird. It's going to be a long time.
Have you been watching any movies during the quarantine?
Yeah, duh.
Well, what have you been watching? Tell us. I haven't watched any.
Okay, well, I watched The Invisible Man, which was really good. I watched. John and I just watched The Edge of Tomorrow, which is with like Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise. It's like a sci-fi where like he keeps waking up and it's the same day and it's like this big war and there's aliens. It's a sci-fi. Like, so Earth has been like overtaken and they're at war with these alien race. And they keep losing this battle and he's the only one that can like change it because he keeps reliving the day. And it was really interesting and good. Trying to think what else I watched. I watched Onward. It was so good.
I need to watch it.
Oh my God.
I've been disappointed by the movies I've been watching.
You've been disappointed by Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey was the least disappointing of the couple that I've watched. I really liked Birds of Prey overall. I thought that the storytelling was a bit like disjointed and chaotic, which was kind of a feature of like Harley's way of story.
Yeah, I think it worked for that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't hate it. I was just like, I would have relayed this information in a different way, like a different order kind of thing. But the third act was awesome. Like I had a ton of fun with the movie. Everyone who was hating on it, I was like, you're all wrong. Like it was really fun. Like it wasn't the most amazing movie, but it was really fun.
Right. I just thought of another series that I watched. I watched that Tiger King documentary series.
We all did.
Which is so bizarre and so weird. And I can't believe it was a real thing that happened.
I regret watching it.
Right.
And my life is not better having watched it.
I'm like, why did I do that?
But everyone in it is terrible. Like, I don't like anything about this.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was just like, also the storytelling was so weird because like you open up this can of worms and you'd be like, holy shit, what are you saying? And then they just like brush past it like it's nothing. And I'd be like, wait a minute. You just said you put drugs in steaks and then traveled with them and opened them up again. Like, we're like, wait a minute. We just discovered this guy basically has a harem. Like, people locked in his little farm. And like, we're not going to investigate that further, please.
Right.
I feel like, and then they announced that like the second season they're going to do the second season. I was like, oh my God, it has to be about Doc Antle, because like, how are we letting this go? Like, how
Right.
she sleeps in like a horse stall, but like, we just went right by it. Like,
Yeah.
and then we just never touch on it again. And then they said that the sequel's going to be about Carol Baskin. And it's just like, if there's nothing more to see there, like, we had that whole episode 3 that was so boring, where we just talked about Carol Baskin over and over again, the same information in circles. Like, did you guys, like, I fell asleep during that episode.
Is there going to be a season 2? I thought it was just like that one special episode.
No, they're going to investigate Carol Baskin.
Oh, she's not going to go for that.
Yeah.
Obviously she's not, but they're going to like do something because that they announced it already.
Ugh, I want everyone to stop giving the show attention. So
They're giving him
I feel like there
exactly.
wasn't like enough emphasis on like the tiger's well-being too. Like,
Yeah.
I think they really brushed over that. Like, these poor tigers.
brushed over the part where like Doc Antle just like kills all his tigers.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they brushed over the part where Doc Antle just like brainwashed women to get like brainwashed young women to get boob. Like, when she was talking about the boob job, it was just like the way that they led into everything. It was just like, oh, this isn't a big deal, but let's just drop this. Keep moving. Keep moving. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God.
That shows like why I don't watch reality TV, because it'll like capture your attention, but you leave it feeling like worse. You're just like, I mean like trashy reality TV. Like, I love a good reality TV show. Like that kind of stuff where it's like just drama and awful people being like real life villains and not facing any consequences for anything that they've done.
Like, and I feel like one of the worst parts of that was when like he started dating a 19-year-old kid 2 months after his husband died. Like,
The whole thing is
what are you doing? Anyway, so let's move on.
We like wrap it up with something that we're like looking forward to after this quarantine. Like, what's something that you're looking forward to doing after?
Should we take some questions really quickly?
Oh, yeah, we can take some questions.
We haven't really gotten questions from
If
y'all
you guys
hanging
have
out.
any questions.
Somebody
Have you guys
said,
watched Miss Americana.
the day
literally the second it came out.
Same.
So Shannon said, how do you get yourself to make food when you're anxious? Would love any advice. It's really hard. I do a lot of things wrong when I'm anxious in cooking.
It's not that difficult for me because I put it in the microwave.
I burned my finger pretty hard when I was cooking anxious the other day. Like, I didn't bring a big enough pot, and then I put like the pasta in, and it was like overflowing, so I had to like turn it off, and like it had already gotten all wet underneath, so I like moved it and tried to like wipe it, but then I like completely burned my finger, and I sliced open my finger on a scissor.
I don't think you're helping with the anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't cook anxious.
I mean, cooking kind of helps my anxiety.
Yeah, it depends like what
to like focus on and like distract myself with. People are talking about putting on podcasts and audiobooks. That helps me a lot while I'm cooking too.
That helps me too.
I usually do YouTube videos that don't require watching, so like a wrap up or something like that, where I can just listen to the people talking about the books. But yeah, something like that to help keep part of my brain occupied.
Yeah, now that you say it, Kat, I put on podcasts. They're the best. John and Hank. Here's John and Hank. I listen to Millennial podcasts. I listen to Mugglecast.
Christine, you have a TikTok?
Yeah, is this your TikTok?
Oh, I did get a TikTok, but I haven't done anything on it. I got a TikTok so I can watch TikToks during the first week of quarantine, and I literally sat there for like an hour just like going through them.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And then I deleted it because I was like, I need to write. I didn't delete the TikTok. I deleted the app off my phone because I was just like, it would make me like giggle. So I would just like go back on. It knows so like the algorithm is so good at curating like what you want to see. Like I got so many like dog ones and like family ones. Good stuff. Okay, sorry, another question.
Do you feel like you're running out of content to absorb? Not that it's not there, but more like you're not interested in it at the moment.
Oh, no. I'm feeling well, the thing is, I want to go back to a lot of my favorite comfort rewatches and rereads and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily that I'm like eager about new content, because like new content is iffy because like you never know what mood it's going to put you in. You never know like if it's going to be the content that you want. So I just want to rewatch all of my favorite things, and I could do that forever. So I'm okay there.
Yeah, I'm okay there too, but I can see that happening to some people. Like maybe especially people who don't like always consume content like this. Like I feel like movies and like TV are part of my job because they help like keep you in storytelling mode.
Right, inspired and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm always doing that in my spare time. And so I don't know. What about you, Jesse?
Yeah, I haven't had that problem. But again, I totally get how people could have that problem.
Should we take like two more?
Two more. Let me know if you guys see one.
I see one. How do you guys keep a positive attitude during this time from the reading hour? And I think like the key to that is like accepting that you don't have to have one every day.
Yeah.
If you have a bad day, like just, I like to think like there's a new day tomorrow and like I'll wake up fresh and hopefully that'll be better.
Right.
But like you're allowed to feel sad in this time.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you guys? What do you think?
I mean, just kind of that as well. And also again, like I've been hiding myself in all of my like comfort movies and shows and books. So like those have provided a really nice distraction for me in that way. When I am feeling sad, like I can turn to one of those things.
I don't have anything to add. I agree.
Okay. Last question, maybe?
Yeah, last question.
Do you guys, which one do you want to answer? New skills or staying active? Or quarantine snack? I can answer those pretty quick.
Do it.
Quarantine snack, cereal. I've been having honey bunches of oats whenever I need a snack. I actually forgot about that. And today I had leftovers for a snack. I should have had honey bunches of oats. Staying active, I'm like doing yoga and we got a stationary bike, so I'll hop on that for like 10 minutes when I'm starting to feel like I'm not moving. What about you guys?
My quarantine snack is probably cereal as well. Cereal's a good one. And for staying active, emergency dance parties, basically. I do a lot of dancing while I'm cooking. Sometimes I won't listen to like a podcast. I'll just listen to music, and then I'll like just make my cooking like a very active experience because I'm like spinning around the kitchen while I'm doing it.
Nice. My quarantine snack, because I'm a 5-year-old, is peanut butter crackers.
John's like a scoop of peanut butter.
Nice. And then what was the other one?
Active. How do you say active?
Active. So I go outside and I run up and down my driveway because I have a really long driveway, so I just like run up and down.
You do like sprints back and forth.
Yeah, I just like go back and forth, have my BTS on, and I go at it. So
Nice.
Yes.
All
right.
Cool. Yeah, I've been like not going outside at all because I'm afraid of like encountering people on the sidewalk because there are like a lot of people walking.
Yeah, I don't even want to like touch the mailbox or like take the trash out or anything.
Yeah, I live out in the country, so I don't really have anybody near me, so it works out.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Again, our Booksplosion book of the month is The June Boys, and our live show is going to be on May 3rd, so if it sounds interesting to you, get up and join us. And then our May book of the month is We Are the Wildcats, so again, if these sound interesting to you, pick them up and join us. I'm Jesse.
I'm Christine.
I'm Kat.
We're Booksplosion. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.